Let's say you agreed on the idea that knowing how to play triads on guitar is of major importance in becoming great at guitar. Then, wouldn't it be great if you know an exercise where you go through each and every triad within a key so that you can practice them all? In this episode, I show you 3 ways for a single exercise to do exactly this. Let's dig in. Hey friend, it's Gregor here. I'm happy to share with you my full triad workout. Here we're gonna go through all triads within a major key on many different positions on the neck. So it's excellent if you wanna learn a new key or just use it as a warm-up. It's perfect for this as well. So I'm sure this exercise will help you a lot if you give it a try. So, before I show you the exercise, let me first briefly explain the exercise and give you a little music theory behind, because you're gonna need this and it will make you a better guitarist because you will understand it on a deeper level. So, for the sake of ease, we are gonna play this exercise in the key of C, and therefore we need to know which triads are in the key of C. So, here is your major scale, your C major scale. It's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C again. And on each and every note we're gonna build a triad. So on the C there is C major, which is your 1 chord. On the D there is D minor, which is the 2 chord. On the E there is E minor, which is the 3 chord. On the F there is F major, which is the 4 chord. On the G there is G major, which is the 5 chord. On the A there is A minor, which is the 6 chord. And on the B there is the B diminished, which is the 7th chord. And then comes the C again, which is the 1 chord. Good. Now that you know which triads are in the key of C major, now it's time to put each and every triad in a chord progression that actually makes sense. Because let's face it, if you're gonna go and practice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, that's a nonsense chord progression. Let's face it, you certainly can practice it, but there is actually a better way. So let me explain. So there is this sequence which is called sequence of descending fifths, or also known as the circle of fifths progression. And it goes like this. You start on C, then you descend a fifth, and you're on F. From F, you descend a fifth, and then you're on B, and right, that's not a perfect fifth, it's a diminished fifth, but we need to stay in the key of C, and therefore it makes perfect sense. So from B, you descend a fifth, then you're on E. From E, you descend a fifth, then you're on A, and from A, you descend a fifth, and then you're on D, and from D, you descend a fifth, then you're on G, and from G, you descend a fifth, and then you went full circle, and you are on C again. Okay, but what's the main benefit in practicing triads in this manner and not in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 manner? And it's basically this. But listen, I don't want to bog you down with too much music theory. And if that's the case, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will keep doing the tutorials in this manner. So, listen, you are practicing basically the 5-1 connection from each chord to another. So, although with the circle of fifths progression, you are technically playing a 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1 chord progression, you can interpret each and every step as a 5-1 connection as well. Let me explain. You begin the sequence on the C major and then you go to F major. Now you can interpret the C as the 5 chord and the F as the 1 chord. And then you play F major and B diminished. And now you can interpret the F major as the 5 chord and the B diminished as the 1 chord. And now you go from B diminished to E minor, and now you can interpret the B diminished as the 5 chord and the E minor as the 1 chord. And now you play E minor, and then you go to A minor. And now you can interpret the E minor as the 5 chord and the A minor as the 1 chord, and so on and so on. So you see, you are practicing a 5-1 connection on each step. And the 5-1 connection is one of the most important because most used chord connections in Western music. Therefore, it makes perfect sense to practice it thoroughly. Another great benefit of practicing triads in this manner lies at the end of this sequence. There you are playing D minor, G major and C major, which is a 2-5-1 chord progression, which is basically the staple of jazz music because most jazz standards are using a 2-5-1 chord progression. So you see, you are practicing this here as well, which is awesome. Exercise number 1 follows a simple principle. You start this one on a particular inversion and then you end this one on the next inversion, and in between you are playing the sequence of descending fifths. So let me demonstrate this for you. So you begin this one on the second inversion of the C major triad and then you end this one on the root position. So, and in between you are playing the sequence of descending fifths. So C major, F major, B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major and C major. All right. Alright, the next pass follows the very same principle. You begin this one on the root position and you end it on the first inversion here. So you start here, you end this one here, and in between you are playing the sequence of descending fifths. So C major, F major, B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major and C major. Alright, and the last pass, the very same principle. You begin this one on the first inversion and you end it on the second inversion, and in between you are playing the sequence of descending fifths. So C major, F major, B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major and C major. And that's exercise number 1. Technically, you can play this exercise on the D, on the G, on the B string as well, and on the A, on the D, on the G string, and on the E, on the A, and on the D string. I'm not gonna walk you through all this here because it takes too much time and the principle stays the same. But if you wanna see the tabs and see the videos for this, you can do this on my website, completely free. The link is in the description. So let's move on to exercise number 2. Exercise number 2 goes like this. You start this one on a particular inversion and then you go through all the inversions until you've reached the octave of the inversion that you have started on. See, you started this one here and now you're here. And then you are playing the next triad. And you are moving downwards. And now you are playing the next triad and you are moving upwards. And downwards. And that's exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 is relatively difficult because you start this one here, you end this one here. So 2 octaves lower, and in between you are descending in the sequence of descending fifths. So let me walk you through this. You start this one here, C major, then you play F major, B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, F major, B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, F major, B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, F major, B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, and C major second inversion. So see, you started here and you've ended this one here. And that's exercise number 3. Alright, we are done here. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Make sure to check out my website. There you'll find some additional material for this exercise, and there I walk you through all the possible variations for this exercise on the fretboard. So make sure to check it out. The link is in the description. And additionally, if you find this lesson helpful, then please hit the like button, consider to subscribe. If you got any questions, post them in the comments down below. And until then, have fun and stay tuned.